This podcast is brought to you by THOR Bullets. THOR Bullets are a premium full-bore muzzleloader bullet designed specifically for modern inline rifles. THOR Bullets do not require plastic sabots or belts to be fired, meaning less cleaning for you between shots. The patented copper base creates an airtight seal, giving you greater distance and accuracy. THOR's unique engineering allows the bullets to retain 95% of their weight upon impact, and the controlled expansion ensures large, easy-to-follow blood trails. THOR bullets are currently available in a 50 caliber version that is sized to your specific bore. THOR is also expanding into a new 45 caliber bullet designed for faster 1 in 24 and 1 in 22 twist inline rifles. For more information on these great bullets, visit www.thorbullets.com. We'd like to thank THOR Bullets for their sponsorship of this podcast. This week we're continuing our State of Muzzleloading series by talking with Darren Binder of muzzleloaders.com. Darren is the marketing coordinator, so if you've talked with muzzleloaders.com, any online through their social media channels, you've been talking to Darren. He's a really nice guy, and we're excited to have him on the show.
Yeah, I'm Darren Binder. I am the marketing coordinator of muzzleloaders.com, and I'm really excited to be on the show today with Ethan and talk about some muzzleloading.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, Darren. This is part of our kind of overarching series I'm kind of tagging as the state of muzzleloading as we head into 2021. Darren and I have been talking a little bit before the show about some of the challenges that 2020 has presented to everybody, but it's kind of brought some good things too, I think, to the industry. We're seeing a lot of growth in muzzleloading across the board. And talking to somebody from muzzleloaders.com is something that was on the list because you guys are one of the go-to sources for people getting into muzzleloading to get what they need to get started and go have some fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, really the trends that you're talking about, we've seen a lot of that, and we've experienced year-over-year growth pretty much every year. But this last year has been, exceedingly excellent. We've seen a lot of new and young people wanting to get into muzzleloading. And so we have an influx of new shooters, which is really excellent. And that's going to be really good for muzzleloading as a whole and for the longevity of it. So we're really excited about that and excited to serve them in that way. So,
yeah, I think that's something that I bring up on the show a lot. I'm a young person in muzzleloading, and I've kind of grown up in it. And that's something I've heard since I was real young about it, is a lot of concerns about where it's going. So you're talking about this growth a little bit that you've seen over the past year. What are people getting into for muzzleloading? Is it everything muzzleloading across the board, or is it specifically kits or inlines, or what kind of stuff are they interested in?
Well, we found since a lot of them are newcomers, in the past, we've seen people kind of go with more of the affordable line and, wanting to just get something for, their season they have come up once a year. But this year has been a little bit different. We've seen people, with the new Traditions Nitro fire. That one's been really popular just because it's so simple to use. You don't have to worry about getting your powder wet as much. You don't have to worry about the safety of unloading and loading all the time. It's just, a simple cartridge that you pull out of the rear. And so that's been really popular. We've also seen a lot of people that are going towards the CVA Paramount. Okay. Essentially what they're trying to do is we have a lot of hunters that just want to extend their seasons. Yeah. And so they're trying to find the best muzzleloader to accomplish that task. So really we've seen a lot of people going towards that. But kits are always popular. They make great Christmas gifts. So we'll see a huge influx of those, Black Friday time, just because people are picking up Christmas presents and things like that. So those are always popular. They're always a really good seller for us as well. So
that's neat. I mean, the Nitro fire is, I think in the muzzleloading community, there's a little bit of back and forth about it. And I don't want to get into that so much. I guess my only question on it is, I'm intrigued that you're seeing a lot of growth or a lot of sales with that, despite it being it's not allowed everywhere. So are you shipping? I mean, it's not allowed for hunting everywhere. I guess I should clarify that. So are you shipping to every state with people just wanting to try it out, or is it off the top of your head? Is it to the states where those are allowed to be hunted with right now?
It depends. Okay. I've talked to some customers that live in states where the Nitro fire is not legal currently, and they still want to pick it up just because they think it's an innovative design. Yeah. As well as sometimes they have out-of-state hunts planned. There's a whole bunch of reasons. but mostly people just think it's really interesting. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, man, that's a crazy new design. And, it's really gotten a lot of good feedback so far. So I've been pretty excited about it. So,
yeah, I think it's an interesting product. I mean, we saw it at the SHOT Show some and talked with Traditions about it. And it's kind of talked about as a new muzzleloader, and it is in modern context. But if you go back to kind of early black powder cartridge, there's not a whole lot of differences there, which I think is neat, because even though it's a modern muzzleloader, it still has some ties to some, it's probably late 1800s muzzleloading, but it's still tied to history some, which I just, that's the thing I love about muzzleloading, is you're always connected to some piece of history somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really the cool thing about it is you take technology that's hundreds of years old and you're able to modernize it and utilize it in a way that's effective now, but also still able to keep some semblance of the traditionality of it as well.
So to jump a little bit back to the kits that you were talking about, we've just seen, I think I started seeing it early spring last year when events started to be canceled out east, and people started asking about kits, on what kind of kit people liked and where to get one and what was a good kit to get started with. And then the number of forum posts and Facebook group posts and things just has been steadily going, where I see several every day from different people in different groups, all interested in different things, trying to find kits now. And it seems like a lot of the kits are becoming really hard to find. Is that something that you know anything about? Is it something that you guys still have in stock, or are you able to get, or what's going on there?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. A lot of the manufacturers were shut down for up to a month this year due to COVID. And then also we've seen, like we've been talking about, increased demand for all of these things. So, shutting down for a month, that has ripple effects throughout the whole year, as well as, people wanting them more than ever is just going to create the perfect storm of things being out of stock and all of that. And we're working, and manufacturers are getting product as fast as they can. I mean, we are always in contact with them, and they're doing a great job. It's just, nobody could have expected what happens in 2020. So that's kind of how things go, but really, I think that, moving forward, things will be, a little bit better than that for sure.
That's exciting. I know that I just finished up a Hawken kit series from building one of the kits from Traditions. And that's kind of been one of the comments is I've seen some videos on it and I want to get one and I can't find it. So I'm hoping that, by springtime, we start to see some of those back in distributor and in shops around the country, so people can start getting them out and having fun with them.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we just got a shipment of kits in yesterday, and,
cool.
We've seen a huge influx of people coming in to buy them. And I really wouldn't be surprised if they were out by, middle of next week. It's just,
wow.
It's just crazy how things go. So,
so do you guys have an in-person storefront then? Or are you exclusively online?
We do have an in-person storefront.
Okay.
So if people happen to find themselves in LeGrand, Oregon, of all places, then they're welcome to stop by and say hi. But, primarily our business is done online. So,
okay. So you probably haven't seen a whole lot of, restrictions then over the past year on getting people into work and keeping the business going then.
Yeah. I've been able to work from, at the office for the majority of the year. I only worked from home for a very short period of time. And so just because we don't work with the public, so, it's been nice. I haven't had to worry about anything like that. And it's been really a huge blessing. So, yeah,
it's interesting to talk with different businesses on how they've handled it, because we've talked to a couple mom and pop shops that have either had to, over concerns due to their age, either limit the number of days that they're open, or some have gone to like a drive-through window set up on their shop where people that know what they want can pull up and ask what they need and still get a hold of it. So it's neat to hear how everybody's been handling it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's neat because restrictions are different everywhere, and it's really fortunate to be able to stay open the whole year. So I'm very excited about that.
So My next question is about hunting seasons, and with them coming to the close around the country, at least here on the East Coast, I'm not certain about the West Coast, which I'd like to ask a little bit more about. Are you expecting similar trends as far as muzzleloading goes for this coming year, or do you think it's going to kind of go back to a pre-2020 normalcy? And if you are expecting changes, what kind of changes is muzzleloaders.com making to try to accommodate this increase in business and interest in muzzleloading?
Well, we don't really know what to expect. 2020 was full of the unexpected. And so we're kind of, we prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But, we expect similar trends from 2021 that we saw out of 2020. And so we're ready to, kind of work fluidly, and that way we can best serve our customers through, if this year were to turn out like last year. And I believe the manufacturers are doing the same. They, from what I've heard from them, they are, they're going to do everything they can to prepare for another year like that. And so, all of our manufacturers are really excellent. So I don't have any doubt that they will, make that happen. So.
Well, that's good to hear. I really appreciate you sharing that, because I think there's been a lot of worry about everything. I mean, it's even into the modern stuff with the shortage of ammo, and when it comes to muzzleloading, primers is a big thing right now. Nobody can find any primers. So it's good to hear that the manufacturers are working hard to try to fix this and get back to where we can get stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, I think that, we'll probably see similar stuff from 2021, but I think that, we'll be better prepared for it this time. So
good deal. So when it comes to hunting out west, what do those muzzleloader seasons look like? Is that starting to slow down like it is here out east, or does it have a little bit more time? I know it picks up earlier in the year, kind of late July, August in some states.
Yes, I know. So in our state, I believe most of it is wrapped up for the year. I think there is a January season, but it's getting ready to finish up here. So, and as far as other states go, they're all over the place. There's some seasons that open up as early as October, November, and some that are open as late as January. We're seeing right now a lot of customers from Pennsylvania because their flintlock season is going right now, I believe. So, but yeah, out here, it's different restrictions and all that kind of stuff kind of cause for a different seasons to be open different times. It's really more complicated out west. I wish that they would kind of change those restrictions a little bit, but got to work with what you got. So
yeah, that's for sure. Since recording, I'm happy to say that muzzleloaders.com has started to receive more of their muzzleloading kits from Traditions, Invest Arms, as well as Petter Solely. So it seems that the kind of muzzleloading product crunch that we saw over the holidays and the beginning of 2021 is starting to be relieved. So head on over to muzzleloaders.com and check out what they have. I know they're adding products constantly right now, and Darren has been really pushing to get more YouTube videos out about some of the products that they offer that you can't really find at other locations, or you might be buying kind of used or secondhand off of eBay. So if you're looking for a nice solid place to pick up some supplies, check out muzzleloaders.com. We'd like to thank Darren again for coming on the show and taking some time out of his busy schedule to talk with us. For a limited time, you can enter to win a 15-pack of THOR Bullets. That's a $30 to $34 value. Visit thorbullets.com/NMLRA to fill out the form and enter to win. I'd like to thank everybody for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please share it with a friend and make sure that you're subscribed wherever you get your podcasts. That helps us get out and reach more muzzleloading enthusiasts out there. If you'd like to support the show, you can join the NMLRA at nmlra.org/join. We couldn't do this or host any of the events that we do or publish the Muzzle Blast magazine without the great support of our membership. You can become a member for as little as $3 a month, and that's going to include a 1-year subscription to Muzzle Blast magazine. It's the only monthly black powder publication out there, and it's packed each month with 84 pages of muzzleloading goodness. If you'd like to see the magazine, try it before you buy it, visit nmlra.org. We're going to have an offer there where you can download 3 digital copies of the magazine and try it and see if you like it. While you're preparing for the upcoming muzzleloading season as we look forward to spring, Visit nmlra.org/advertisers and nmlra.org/shop-small to see our list of great muzzleloading vendors and craftspeople that support what we do here at the NMLRA. These companies and small businesses have been around for decades, and we know them. We have worked with them for many years now, and they're a great, reliable place to get supplies and another piece of gear for your muzzleloading kit. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.